Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope you're safe and well. As you can probably tell by the icon, this is an assembly, and it's assembly of the new FMS 64mm EDF J10 Vigorous Dragon. I'm not sure I can go around calling it a vigorous dragon. Sounds like something you might buy in a sex shop. No, this is going to be called Firebird, which is the NATO designation for the J10. So we're going to assemble the Firebird. Let's do a quick parts check. We've got the fuselage, Reflex 3 already installed and wired up, 64mm EDF installed and wired up. It's all good to go. We've got tail fin rakes over there, two of them, left and right side. And coming along, we've got the cockpit battery cover, call it what you will. Nose cone with all the little pointy bits that are going to be broken off pretty quickly, I should think. And then next to that we have a dummy. It's actually a slide on slide off, exactly the same as the Rafale. It's the refueling probe. Within the same goodie bag there's screws and a few bits and pieces. The next bag down happens to be a USB cable, and that's for the programming of the Reflex V3. We then got our non-functional canards, sounds the same to me, doesn't matter how you pronounce it. Left and right sides, of course, they're keyed in so you can't get them wrong, but they're glued in. Then come down to the fin and rudder. That's also glued in. Move over to the wings. They're screw-in wings. There's the wing spar, and in between the wings I've placed the landing gear. Then the rest of this is pure ordnance. I will be using the white missiles. I don't think I'll be using the big grey tanks. So we've got two PL-10E missiles, whatever they are. We've got two other smaller white missiles here at the front. We've got two wing tanks, great big wing tanks. And a slightly smaller belly tank, actually. They're all the parts. I have purchased this AR630 Plus for it, only to find out that I don't actually need SAFE and AS3X because it comes with a reflex system. Now, I've flown a lot of FMS with reflex systems and they're pretty damn good. Therefore, that AS630 Plus will be used in another model, and in this one I will be using an AR620.
Canard's installation.
Here's one I've already prepared, and all I've done is done a test fit, so it goes in like that. I've then scored and removed some of the paint here, here and here, and what I will do is use China glue. I'm just going to put blobs of it in there, a big blob of it in there, it gets everywhere. Don't worry about that, it comes off easily. And just squidge that around everywhere inside where the canard's going to go. Like that. That's good. Scrape it up. Now, in the ideal world, you'll push that in, make sure it's sitting nicely, and then pull it out a few times, and the glue will start to string. It's already getting quite tacky, and that's all I'm going to do with that. So all I need now is a little bit of this isopropyl alcohol, and it's not for the plane, it's for me. No, it's not. Do not drink this, it will burn your guts out. So I just get a little bit on a cotton bud and I can rub where I put too much glue, and you twist the cotton bud as you do it and it takes all that spilt glue away. Yeah, lovely. There we are, that won't come out now. It's already stuck in there nice and firm. Underneath. Just slightly rotate the cotton bud as you do it. It's tackier than foam tack. I'm not talking about my videos. That's it. I'm going to leave it for a while. I mean, it is glued in, it won't move, but I just want to leave it for a half hour. Make sure it's fully set before I flip it over. And we're going to do exactly the same with this one on the other side.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Right, let's turn this over and do the same here. It's so stringy. I'll show you how you clear this triangle up. Just do that bit of there it goes. All gone. Now you go on that, just squeeze the glue all in the interior. I'll take the excess out onto this and spread it. That's the camera there. That's fine. This one goes into here. Push it down. Put it up. Push it down again. Bring it up. Start to string on already. Then push down. That's great. One on there. On the side. And believe it or not, I am going to leave that for another half hour. Doesn't need it, but I'm going to leave it. I'm doing stuff. I've actually taken that mandatory test we now all have to take because of the Civil Aviation Authority here in the UK. You have to have what's called a flyer's ID. And originally they said, oh, you don't have to take the test if you're a member of the BMFA and you have an A, B or C certificate. Now they've decided that you do have to take the test. You either take it on the Civil Aviation Authority site if you're not a member of the BMFA. If you are a member of the BMFA, you can take the test on the BMFA site, but you have to take it. It lasts for 5 years, so it's no biggie. 40 questions. I think you have to get 85% of them right. I'm doing that at the moment, in between doing bits on this, so I'm just going to go away again and finish off what I'm doing. And hopefully when I come back, I'll tell you I've passed, so I'll get my flyer's ID, which means I can continue flying.
Later that same evening.
Nose gear installation.
This is all good. I can give it a little tidy up later. The next thing we're going to do is attach the landing gear. This is a real thin piece of wire here. This goes in there like that. Then I use a 1.5mm grub screw. And it literally just locks in place. There's an arm here, you can see that. That's it.
Main gear installation.
That goes there. That goes there. Yes, I see. Alright, we've got it. That comes up there. That goes there. Then we've got these little plugs that go over the wire. He says. That drops into there. There, like that. Lovely tight fit actually. 1, 2, 3 screws. 2mm. I'll put that one in there. Just keep screwing it until it goes tight. Yeah. Get that in. That's the front one. Yeah, the third one will complete this side. Very, very nice and easy. That's it. That gear's on. Let's do this side. Let's see if I can get it right the first time. So that goes into there. that plugs in to there. That's a bit looser, that one. This goes in there like that. They're done.
Ventral fin installation.
So this should just go in. Should just go in and slide back, and that's it. That's it. How easy is that? Let's go do this one. There we are. It just sits there and slides back. That's done.
Fin and rudder installation.
It's going to go in here, so I want to make sure I've got a rudder connector. This must be for what? I don't know. But we have two connectors. So I think even though it's got three signal wire, I don't think this carries anything. Let's see what the wings are like. That's even worse because the wings, they've got 3 and 3, but they don't say what they are. Oh my goodness, that's not going to be good, is it? And I don't think you can test them through the reflex box. This is the fin that would go in there, but I don't want to put it in there, although there are only two connectors and this one clearly says rudder on it. The other one doesn't have anything on it, and the only other thing in the fin is the lights. So I think we're okay on this one at the back. Now let's take the tape away from that. It's got tape all over it. Good God. It's easier said than done. Come on, you. That's it, right there. So that is the rudder. This must be for the LEDs. And what I haven't done yet is scored this. I can see where it goes. Let me just try something here. I want to see if I can get some of this further back. Whoa, that is really tucked in there hard. See, the last thing you want to do is pull any of that back. You want to push it down there. That's it, that goes into the fuse. That can go back down there as well. Right. Let's prep the part, ready for gluing. Oh, I'm going to be doing some gluing. Now I want to drop the glue in there. That's enough for that bit. And I want to put a bit in here as well. That's enough for there. Let's spread that around, see what we end up with. I call this China glue because that's exactly where I get it from. I get it from AliExpress in quite large tubes like this. It's very cheap. It binds very quickly with bare foam. And personally, it's better than foam tack, I think it is. And much, much, much cheaper. But it can be a bit of a pain to use. Right, gets everywhere. Let's get that connected and slotted into place. So we've got a rudder at the front, signal at the front as well here. So we're going to turn this around so the signal wire's at the front, clip the rudder in, Make sure it clicks. There it is. Push that down there. This has to be the power for the light, so you just make sure you get black on this side, because it's only got the two. There's no signal wire coming from the lights, but it will clip into place to stop it coming out. I can just tuck down there, I guess. Don't know where that goes. Let's tuck it down there. That can go down here as well. Tuck that all down, nice and neat. Get that pushed into there and push back. Lovely. Yeah, very nice. Let's hold that down because it wants to come up and I don't want it up. I'm going to hold that down for a bit. See what this side's like. That's okay. Got a bit of glue here. Let's take that up. There we go. What's that like? Let's push down.
A little later.
Okay, I think that's all the gluing done.
Main wing installation.
We will put the wings on the correct way up. Just got to see if I can get this wire out of here. It's tucked away down there. That's it, I've got them. Yeah, now none of these have got labels on. I'm going to do a bit of trial and error. I've rigged up a receiver already in this, and that will allow me to test through the reflex gyro which of these connectors is just light. You can see the connectors. I am going to thread that through there, but it's purely just to hold that in place. Now I've got the wires here. I know the LED from this side, but I don't know which one there. So if I connect up the aileron first, there are a few issues with this. Let's see what happens when I power up. Throttle cut is on. Okay, it will do some bleepy stuff. It's now ready. Taking a guess that it's the one at the front that's coming down from the front. Let's see if I'm lucky today. Oh, it could be. I heard it go beep. Elevon A. See what happens.
Holds one.
Well, that's backwards.
Holds one.
I've got a hold. Got a hold on it. It's probably because I'm too close to the
Holds one.
and I've now got right aileron. That's left. I've got up. And I've got down elevator. So that has to be the right way. And that's got to be the wire at the back now, because it's the only choice I've got on this. And black is at the top, red is in the middle. Let's get that plugged into there. There, oh, that's better. I didn't hear it click last time, but I don't know how or where these are supposed to go. So let's turn it upside down and see if we can find somewhere. Yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but alright, I've got the wing on. It's fiddly, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. You have to separate those two plugs, the two connectors, and it's like a shelf. You push them down onto the shelf, then the wire snakes underneath them, and then the wing will just push on over the wing mount points. These should all be the same size. Let's try the front one. Should go in nicely. Yeah, that's gone in. Ooh. Don't like those clicks. Might be a bit of plastic that was in the way. Let's just do that. Not too tight. Then we'll do the one at the back. Yes, it's gone in. It's gone in well. Tighten that up. Tighten that up. Right. Check the spars in. all the way, and it is. And now I'll flip it around again. Really need a turntable for this, don't you? We're going to do the same here. Let's see if we can get it right as well. So here's our wing. Put it on the spar. Let it rest there. Let's see if we've got... That one looks to be at the front, but you can never tell. It did make a little bit of a noise, but that might just be the power going on. Yeah, it's all wrong now. It's a pain in the backside, I tell you. Something's wrong. Okay, let's turn that off. All moving together. I don't know why it is. I need, maybe let's go to type B. Oh dear me. Jesus Christ. Model setup. Aircraft type. Proceed. Wing type Elevon A. And now I'm going to do Elevon B. And then go back. And it's the same garbage. Why isn't it working? Servo setup. Reverse the right aileron. No, makes no difference at all. Got one more connection to make, which is the power for the LEDs, and that has the black at the back. So let's put that on there. LED comes on, plug it in. No, there it is. That's plugged in. And these two go onto what, as I said, is like a little shelf that pushes them downward. And then, oh, that's not going in. They have to be side by side and pushed down together, or one locks out. This is fiddly as heck. And I'm not made for this type of thing, I don't think. Yeah, that's got to go down there. Come on. Oh, where are you going? You've got to go down there. You're not going down enough, man. Get it. That's it. That's one. Get the other one down the same hole. And then we can snake what's left of the wire into the hole they've got there. Put that in, put that in. Fiddly as heck. Never mind, we've done it. LEDs are on. This is all jolly nice. Let's see if we can... Yep, that went in really well. The back here. Pushed out a bit. But it's gone in well. There we are. Now, if I reinitialize it, let's get it off there, down there.
Safe mode.
I'm going to mess around to see if I can get these to work through this reflex gyro.
3 hours later.
Well, I've been here for hours and I could not get the Delta configuration to work via this V3 reflex system. So I had the AR620, which is just a normal receiver, wired in. These were already wired in, all these connections were already made, and it didn't matter what I did. That's the elevator. I could not get it to function correctly on Elevons. So I've taken it out. So I've taken that out, And I've now got an AR630 in here, 630 plus, set for Delta Wing Type B. I have had to reverse both sets of servos, but now as you can see, right, left, up, down is all working. Rudder's working, of course. Yeah,
Timer
my
start.
throttle.
Warning. Throttle on. Timer start.
Throttle's
Timer
working.
stop. Throttle
The
on.
lights are really
J10
bright.
Firebird is safe.
When I did my unboxing, I thought, well, what's the point of having an LED right the way up here? You're never going to see it, but it is really bright. You will see it. And it's really cool. I like it. So what I've got to do next is mark the C of G, then work out where my battery needs to go for it. Do safe, do AS3X, then do the rates, and we're ready to fly. I'll start with setting the C of G, or marking the C of G on the underside.
Center of gravity.
It starts from the plastic bit on the fuselage, not where you join the wing. So it's from the front of this bit back 80 to 90. So I've measured back from there 85, from here back to 85. Then using the straight line of the wing joint to the fuselage, I have measured out, what's it coming up to now, 3 centimetres out, just to bring it away from the fuselage. And that's where I will set my marker and put my cocktail stick in. There we have the C of G marks, both sides at 85. It said 80 to 90, I've got them at 85 on the button. So you can come forward to the 80 mark or you can go back to the 90 mark. Okay, here we are. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of battery. So for 85, all the batteries I'm choosing, which are much bigger than 2200s, have to be right at the front. So what I'm thinking is there room in here to put a tiny in-cut with a couple of like 10 grams? I think I'll do that. I'll cut into here and into here, add 10 grams of weight, so those batteries can just come back a slight bit. I'll get on and do that right now, because there's no point trying the rest of these, they're all about the same.
3 hours later.
Alright, we're going for round 2 now, and this time I'm taking my Admiral 3000 and I am putting it on the very edge of the battery tray board. Now before that was quite a lot of tail heaviness. Let's see what happens with 10 grams in here. Perfect. Oh yes, that's great. That's great. That works really well. So it goes to the edge of the tray, and what I've done here, I've cut in 5 grams this side, 5 grams that side. Now I could stick it onto the fuselage, but that's fine. Just so you can see where I've ended up putting my AR630 plus, it's here. China glued to the side. I haven't set it up yet, but it's pretty straight, pretty level. Yeah, that's it. I've just got to go and get the safe set up on it. I've also got to do the movements. And I've been working on this all day since about 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's not just because I'm making a video, it is... it goes together well, but then all the other little bits and pieces and the sorting out of problems with that gyro took hours. But we're getting there, nearly there. Right, welcome back, and that is it. There it is. Put this on. Okay, what do you need to know about it? It has taken me forever to get this right, but most of my time was wasted trying to get this Reflex 3 system to work with my Spectrum receiver and transmitter as a Delta with Elevons. It just wouldn't work. Unfortunately, on my transmitter, the Spectrum, in fact all Spectrum transmitters, all you can do is select type A. If that doesn't work, you're supposed to select type B, but that didn't work either. So I ended up just stripping it out and putting in an AR630 Plus. I've now set up safe, I've set up AS3X, I'm happy with it. I've got adjustable gains during flight, it's all good. I've got it balanced at 85 on the centre of gravity, but in order to achieve that I did have to put 5 grams of weight there and 5 grams of weight there. They're just stuck into the nose. But with the ordnance on, it's tail heavy even with that in. I have decided that I will not fly it with the big tanks. I mean, it's got a massive stuff underneath there. See if I can turn it around to show you. You've got a centre tank, 2 side tanks, and then the missiles. I'll keep the missiles, I'll lose all the tanks, and that should keep the centre of gravity where I want it. A whole set of different types of batteries I can use in it. I'm relatively happy with that. It does have a small nose wheel, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have to be careful because it's going to be, it might be subject to tipping, I don't know. It basically went together well, but it was the setting up of the electronics. It was really pain. But it's over, it's all done, it's all ready, it's good to go. The weather's absolutely atrocious, so we won't be doing that at the moment. I like the shapes, I like the design. I don't think it'll hand launch, but we're going to try it on the gear. If that doesn't work, we'll have to try a hand launch, see how it goes. Let me show you what I've got inside here. So for it to sit how I've been showing it to you, I've got a 2500 battery right at the front. That's a 4S 45C discharge. How they say it would balance with a 2200 in, I just don't know. It might be that it's right on the 90, but even my 22 up in the nose, it was beyond 90. Here's the XT60 connector. These small wires are just for the LEDs at the front. And then you've got my AR630 Plus there, and when these are connected I can just have the wires wrapped in here so they're away from it. Yeah, it's nice, I like it. It will be added to the maiden list and we'll get her up in the air. What I would like to ask is if any of you who watch my videos, or anyone that comes across my video, if you have had this aircraft and you did use a Spectrum transmitter receiver with this reflex, could you please let me know how you set it up? I am going online and I am going to connect this and I am going to check that it has the right aircraft loaded into it, because that could be the reason. This might not have had the correct aircraft loaded into it, I don't know. But we're going to, or I'm going to check all that out. It's history now anyway, but it's taken up most of my day. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay well. I look forward for you coming and joining me on another video soon. Cheers.